bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. It honor to him, the blessed one, the worthy one, the fully enlightened one. My utmost respect to the perfectly enlightened Samma Sambuddha, the noble doctrine of the Buddha, and the noble Mahasangha, the disciples of the Buddha. Hello everyone. Welcome to our Pali 101, Pali for Beginners, Level 2 class. We actually have started this class after a while, so I think our students will take some time to get used to it. And so today I am going to continue with the lesson that we have stopped. That was exercise number 11. And Sarita is here. I think she can just take a look. That should be okay. So you can take a look. And I will just go through this. Exercise 11. This is what we are going to do today. And under this, we want to translate into Pali. The robber carried the box to the cave. Go to your village with your mothers. Let the women go along the river in a ship. If he buys a deer, I will sell my mare. We heard the speech of the girl at the meeting. We utter words with our tongues. Do not strike the iguana with pebbles. May my following be victorious in the island of Lanka. May my following be victorious. May our offerings be to the wise. Adorn the maiden's neck with a garland. The shadow of the creeper falls on the earth. The woman brought a scale from the hall. Do not drink liquor with girls and boys. If you will cook rice, I will give food to the woman. May the deities protect our sons and grandsons. Okay. And then the girls brought sands from the street. My following cut the branches of the tree. Let the elephant bring a stone to the street. The beast will kill him if he will sit in the cave. There are gems in the maiden's box. So these are the sentences that we have under this exercise. I think quickly before this I want to go back to the studio and do something. I need to remove this. Okay. Yeah, I think this will be better now. All right. Okay. Right. I hope it is more clear now. And actually today I'm going to translate up to 10. Over here we have translated last time the first two sentences. So we will continue the rest of the sentences today. And later I will also want you to translate the rest of the sentences. and upload to our Google Drive folder. So over here, the robber carried the box to the cave. So let me double check the robber carried the box to the cave. This is the sentence. Uh, translate into Pali under exercise number 11. And this is the translation. The robber carried the box to the cave. The verb here is carried, that is past tense, and we don't know exactly which Purisa or Patama Purisa, Majjhima Purisa or Uttama Purisa unless we coordinate with the corresponding subject here. The corresponding subject here is actually the robber. So we know it is Ekavachana and we know it is Patama Purisa. Patama Vibhati, yes, robber, but the robber and the carried, when we combine the two, we can recognize that carried belongs to the Patama Purisa category. Patama Purisa Ekavachana. So Atita Kala Patama Purisa Ekavachana. Robber carried. Robber carried what? The box. The box. That is the Dutya Vibhati. To the cave is the other extension. So the robber carried Choro Hari. Choro Hari. Harati is the Vartamana Kala and Hari is the Atita Kala. And then Choro. Choro is robber. Patama Vibhati Ekavachana. Choro Hari. Choro Hari what? Manjusang. Manjusa is the box. So Manjusang, Manjusa is also Itilinga noun, I think. Yes, it is an Itilinga noun, just like Vanita. Manjusa, Manjusa, Manjusayo. That is how this noun is declined, feminine noun. So Manjusang is the Dutya Vibhati. That is because it is the object of the sentence. And Guhang, to the cave. Guhang. Guha again is an Itilinga, feminine noun, just like Vanita. Guha, 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 Guhayo. Guhang, Guha, Guhayo. So Guhang is cave. So Choro Manjusang Guhang Hari. I think in some Indian languages, Gufa is the word. So Guha. In Sinhala also we use same Guha. So it is much related to our Indian languages. Guhang. Choro Manjusang Guhang Hari. The robber carried the box to the cave. That is how it works. Number 2 is go to your village with your mothers. Again, go here is the verb. And actually, when we say go and we have it at the beginning of the sentence, this is much possible that it is Vidikriya, or what we call an order, an imperative verb. So go to your village with your mothers. So go is the verb. Corresponding subject is you go. So that is Majjhima Purisa. And again, it can be Ekavachana or it can be Bahuvachana. When we say you in English, we don't know exactly whether it is Ekavachana or Bahuvachana. It depends on the context. And over here, we can assume. We can say it is Ekavachana or Bahuvachana, it is fine. We need to know when we use it. The verb should also follow. So let's say you as Ekavachana here. You go to your village with your mothers. So we can say Twang. Yeah, we can say, here we have actually used it as Bahuvachana. So, Twang or Tumhe is fine. Tumhe is Bahuvachana, Twang is Ekavachana. When you say Gachatha, you can see here on the top, Pachatu Pachantu, Pacha Pachahi Pachatha, Pachami Pachama. We can say Gachatu Gachantu, Gacha Gachahi Gachata, Gachami Gachama. That Gachata also is fine. So if we use Twang, it should be Gacha Gachahi. Okay, go to your village with your mothers. Where do you go? To your village. To village Gamang. And your is Tawa or Tumhakang. So Tawa Tumhakang. Tawa Tumhakang. Tumhakang also is Bahuvachana because we use Tumhe. Tumhe Tumhakang Matuhi with your mothers. Matuhi Saha. So many mothers. Many mothers are there, so we assume you also should be Bahuvachana. Tumhe, Tumhakang Matuhi Saha, Tumhakang Gamang, your village. Again, if it is Ekavachana, Twang, Tava Matuya Saha, Tava Gamang Gachasi, or Gacha Gachahi. But here we use Bahuvachana, subject Bahuvachana. So we can say Tumhe, Tumhakang Matuhi Saha, Tumhakang Gamang Gachata. All right. Okay, and then let the women go along the river in a ship. Let the women go along the river in a ship. And this is question number 3. Over here, let the women go along the river in a ship. And go, let go is the verb, and the women is the corresponding subject. So the women go, let go. And along the river, this is Tatiya Vibhati, along the river, Gangaya. And in a ship, this is Satami Vibhati, Navaya, Navayang, Navayang, Navaya, both are correct. So we can say Vanita, or this one is actually Bahuvachana, so actually we can say Vanitayo. Yes. Wait. Right. I think I can. Vanitayo is fine, but if we use ithi or itio, so I think this is okay. So Vanitayo, both Ekavachana, Bahuvachana, it makes sense. So itio, again, Bahuvachana, Vanita or itti, and Navaya, by the ship or in a ship. In a ship. So Navaya, Gangaya, along the river, Gangaya, Gacheyung. You can see here, Gacheya, Gacheyung, Gacheyasi, Gacheyatha, Gacheyami, Gacheyama. So when we say let woman, we can use that. Oh, I think it should be let. Yeah, it should not be Gacheyung, in fact. It should be Gachantu. Yeah. So Vanita ithi Navaya Gangayang Gachantu, because of the verb. It should be Gachantu. Let the women go along the river in a ship. Let go is Gachantu, Bahuvachana. Patama Purusha, Bahuvachana. And then this is imperative, Pathama Purisa Bahuvachana, and women, the women, Vanita or Iti, or Vanitayo or Itio. Inner shape is Navaya. Nava is the noun, and along the river. Along the river is Gangaya. Ganga is the river. We can also say Nadi. Then it should be Nadiya. So Vanita or Ithi Navaya Gangaya Gachantu is the sentence. Number 4. If he buys a deer, I will sell my mare. Okay. So now we have a condition. So with condition we can use this pachaya pachayung, pachayasi pachayatha, pachayami pachayama. That pattern we can use in this case. Okay. So if he buys a deer, and this is one part of the sentence. So buys is the verb of the first part, and we can see when we see buys, we know it is Pathama Purisa Ekavachana, and the corresponding subject is definitely he. He buys. We have a special word here, if, that is sache, so, kineya. So we can say sache so kineya, a deer. A deer is the object. So migang, sache so migang kineya, I will sell my mare. So will sell is the verb here. This is future tense, but we should actually use the same pattern of this sentence pattern. So we have to use kineyami, vikineyami. Vikineyami is the word that is optative or potential pattern. So ahang vikineyami, my snare, my mea mama walawang. Let's see. Sache so migang kineya, ahang mama walawang vikineyami. So vikineyami comes from this pattern here. On the top you can see, on the right side of the chat you can see that. So ahang is I, mama is my, walava is mare. So mama walawang, my mare. This again is Dutiya Vibhati Ekvachana because it is the object, just like migang. So vikineyami and I will sell. Sache so migang kineya ahang mama walawang vikineyami is the sentence. If he buys a deer, I will sell my mare. Number 5. We heard the speech of the girl at the meeting. So we heard the speech of the girl at the meeting. So heard is the verb here. Heard. And the corresponding subject is we. Now it is very easy for us. Now when we know we can figure out the purisa of the verb. We is bahuvachana, and the corresponding verb should be uttama purisa bahuvachana. So we heard is also atita kala, that is past tense, right? So we heard mayang, then we will see the word. The speech again is the object of the girl. It is the chatti vibhati ekvachana, and at the meeting is the uttama purisa. Sattama vibhati ekavachana. Now, when we say we heard mayang sunimha, we heard, and we heard what? Bhasanang or kathang, we can also say kathang. And whose bhasanang? Kanyaya or balikaya or kumariya. So these are all Kanya and Balika Akaranta Itilinga, Kumari is Ikaranta Itilinga. So they are declined in slightly different way. Kanyaya, Balikaya. But Kumariya is different because it is Ikaranta. Mayang Sabhayang Kanyaya Bhasanang Sunimha or Balikaya Bhasanang Sunimha or Kumariya Bhasanang Sunimha. Now, we also need to pay attention to that. Why there is repeated here, so please bear with it. So, we heard the speech, Mayang Bhasanang Sunimha. That is the main sentence. And then speech of the girl at the meeting. At the meeting should be Sabhayang. Now, where to put this one is the challenge for new students. So Sabhayang should come right after the subject, or we can also add at the end. But in this particular context, we can use it at the beginning, just immediately after the subject. And Mayang Sabhayang Kanyaya of the girl comes next. And speech comes next. So speech of the girl. So it is the opposite of the English. Speech comes here first. Actually, speech of the girl at the meeting, that is the English way. But when it comes to the Pali, at the meeting comes first, Sabhaya. And then of the girl comes next, Kanyaya or Balikaya or Kumariya. And then the speech comes. Speech is the direct object here. That is Bhasanang or Kathang. So Mayang Sabhayang Kanyaya Bhasanang Sunimha or Mayang Sabhayang Balikaya Bhasanang Sunimha or Mayang Sabhayang Kumariya Bhasanang Sunimha. We can say that. We could try Mayang Kanyaya Sabhayang Bhasanang Sunimha or Mayang Kanyaya Bhasanang Sabhayang Sunimha. Yeah, that is actually another option too. Mayang Kanyaya Bhasanang Sabhayang Sunimha. This way also it is possible to make it. All right, let's go to number 6. We utter words with our tongues. We utter words with our tongues. So, utter is the verb, and it is clear what utter is Vartamana Kala, present tense, and we is also the corresponding subject, so we know it is Uttama Purisa. The verb should be Uttama Purisa Bahuvachana, Vartamana Kala, present tense, Uttama Purisa Bahuvachana. Then Mayang is the subject. And words, we have words here. And then with our tongues, words is Dutiya Vibhatti Bahuvachana. With our tongues is Tatiya Vibhatti Bahuvachana. Mayang Amhakang Juhabhi. Amhakang is our. Juhabhi. Juha is tongue. Juhabhi is the Bahuvachana, Tatiya Vibhatti Bahuvachana. With, by, along. So all these meanings are there with Tatiya Vibhatti. So with our tongues means Juhabhi. We can use Saha or with or without Saha is fine. Saha or something. So Mayang Amhakang Juhami Bhasama. It comes from Bhasati. Bhasati, Bhasanti, Bhasasi, Bhasatha, Bhasami, Bhasama. So we can also say vadati, vadanti, vadasi, vadata, vadami, vadama. So katheti also we can say actually. But we can use this, any of those verbs that you have heard before. So mayang amhakang jivhabi bahasama is the meaning here. And again here, jivhabi and amhakang we need to remember, because amhakang is the we can say the description of jivha, further extension of jivha, whose jivha or whose tongues, and therefore we use amhakang first, like in English here, our tongues, with our tongue. So amhakang jivha. But when we have with our tongues in English, with and tongues, in between these two, our has come. So we need to remember that as well. So don't confuse with that. It is not with our, means this one is tatya, but with actually is related to tongues. So we need to make tongues as the tatya vibhati bahuvachana, not our. Okay. So mayang amhakang jivhabhi bhasama. Do not strike the iguana with pebbles. That is the sentence number 7. Do not strike the iguana with pebbles. Again, it is um, a command, an imperative sentence. So do not strike. Again, we can use you as the subject, which is redundant here in English. But in Pali, we need to use actually tumha, tumhe, or twang. Do not strike the iguana. We can use that. Twang, godhang, sakkarahi, mana paharatu. So if we use twang, it is fine. Paharatu is the do not strike. And do not strike, paharatu. Na paharatu is, or ma paharatu we can use, or do not strike. Okay, so do not strike. Godhang is iguana. Sakkara is pebble. Sakkarahi is tatiya vibhati bahuvachana. So you can say, if you want to use with you, twang, godhang, sakkarahi, ma, pahara. Oh, this one actually, yes, it should be pahara, paharahi. Pahara, paharahi we can use, but sometimes we can also just use paharatu. Ma paharatu. O ma pahara paharahi. If we use, I think just to avoid confusion, I would like to use twang here, and then you will not get confused. Let me use twang. Twang, godhang, sakkarahi, ma pahara. O paharahi. Pahara or paharahi. Yeah, I think this will be much better. So twang is there. Okay, so we'll go to number 8. May my following be victorious in the island of Lanka. So over here it is just like a wish. May my following be victorious. So may be victorious. May be victorious. So maybe is the verb here. My following is the subject, corresponding subject is actually following. My is the extension, that is the adjective. So may be is bhavatu. We have heard lot of Pali blessings with bhavatu. Bhavatu sabba mangalang, Rakhantu sabba devata, like that. So bhavatu is maybe. Victorious, be victorious. Okay, so jayatu, um, we can also say jayatu. When we say be victorious, we can say jayatu. If we say only maybe, it can be bhavatu. And following is parisa. Parisa is assembly or following or group, the fans. So you can say parisa or parisang or parisa. The Patama vibhati ekavachana parisa. My is mama. Mama parisa. Mama parisa jayatu. Mama parisa jayatu. In the island of Lanka, when we see in the, that is Sattama vibhati ekavachana. And island is deep. Lanka of Lanka. So Lankaya Deepe or Deepamhi, we can say, or just Lanka Deepamhi is also fine. Let's see how it is given here. Mama Parisa Lanka Deepe Jayatu. Oh yes, Deepe Deepamhi Deepasming, it is fine. So Mama Parisa Lanka Deepe Jayatu. That is the sentence, the meaning. Number 9, may our offerings be to the wise. Sometimes when we offer pujas, like some offerings to the Buddha, we can also use this. Like adhiva setuno bhante, bhojanang parikapitang, something like that. Anukampang padaya patigan hatu uttama. Sometimes we use these verbs to offer something. So here may be, again, may be, our offerings may be to the wise. So again, this is the imperative pattern, and offering is puja. So we can say offerings pujayo, our amhakang may be bhavatu, to the wise. And this is vinyu. So when you know, we offer, do something, an offering. So when you know, amhakang pujayo, vinyuno, or vinyusa, vinyunang bhavantu. If you want to say ekavachana, vinyuno, vinyusa is fine. If you want to say bahuvachana, vinyunang is also fine. And our is amhakang, pujayo is offering. Amhakang pujayo vinyuno bhavantu. Vinyusa bhavantu. Vinyunang bhavantu. So it is very clear actually when we see the Pali sentence. We know exactly whether it is ekavachana or bahuvachana. But when we say to the wise, it can be ekavachana or it can be bahuvachana too. Okay. Last sentence. With that, I think we conclude today. Adorn the maiden's neck with a garland. Another imperative sentence. Adorn the maiden's neck with a garland. You adorn, we can say. Twang. Okay? Twang or tumme if it is bahuvachana. Adorn, the verb is given here, alankarohi. So we can use ekavachana. Twang alankarohi. Alankarohi what? Neck. Neck is giva. The Buddha also had giva. So we call giva dhatu. It is said the Buddha's giva dhatu was enshrined in a stupa in Sri Lanka. So giva dhatu, giva. And the maiden's neck, here maiden is kanya. Kanya or balika, or we can say for maiden. So chattavibhati ekavachana, dharikaya or balikaya or kanyaya. With a garland, malaya. Kanyaya givang, malaya alankarohi. We can use it that way. If you want, you can also use twang. It is not required, but if you want, I might add it as inside the parenthesis. So yeah, so I think this is okay. So twang kanyaya givang malaya alankarohi. Kanyaya givang. Givang is the neck or object. So kanyaya is the adjective. Kanyaya givang. Malaya tatiyaya vibhati ekvachana with the garland. And alankarohi. So in when we observe sila, atta sila for example, 8 precepts, the 7th sila has this word. Mala gandha vilepana dharana mandana vibhosanattana veramani sikkhapadang samadhiyami. So garlands. We get rid of garlands, necklaces, chains, all those beautifications and decorations. We avoid these on full moon day when we observe 8 precepts. So malaya alankarohi. When we have garland, it becomes beautiful, adorn. Okay. All right. So with that, I would like to conclude, and I also would like to invite you to translate the rest of the sentences when we meet next time. And so today we tried these 5 sentences up to here, 10 sentences. So please come ready with these the rest of the sentences, translate by yourself, then it will be very helpful to you. Okay, this up to 20 from here to the shadow of the creeper falls on the earth, up to there are gems in the maiden boxes. So please come prepared, and we will look forward to seeing you again with another Pali lesson next week. With that, I would like to conclude. If you have any question, please do let me know with this email address info@dhammausa.com. I hope it was helpful to you today, and looking forward to seeing you again in another week with another Pali lesson. May you all be well, happy, healthy, safe wherever you are. Sabbithiyo vivajjantu sabbarogo vinasato mate bhavatu antarayo sukhe dighayu ko bhavatu sabba mangalang rakhantu sabba devata sabba buddhanubhavena sada sotti bhavantu te bhavatu sabba mangalang rakhantu sabba devata sabba dhammanubhavena sada sotti bhavantu te bhavatu sabba mangalang rakhantu sabba devata sabba sanghanubhavena sada sotti bhavantu te. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Okay, everyone, good night, and see you again next week.